Hi, I'm Doug Carlson. My story is kind of similar in some ways to the ladies. Began about 5 years ago. I was out fishing with a buddy and got very, very sick in the boat and was vomiting for quite a long time. Started having diaphoretic sweats, and then I had some terrible hives. So we got off the water and went home, and I thought I had the flu. You know, I thought I'd feel better in a few days and things would be okay again. Those few days didn't come. They kept getting worse. The symptoms kept getting worse. I had trouble eating, digesting food. Went to an internist, and he said, you need to go see Dr. Reber at UCLA. So, okay, well, we'll go. Little did I know anything about Dr. Reber and his success in this field and how much he's done in pancreatic cancer for the world. I was very lucky to go see him, and we met with his administrator, Barbara Clerkin, who was an amazing help to us. She helped us in setting up an organization of medical files and documentation so that we always had those available at any doctor stop, any blood stop, any CT, any CAT, any MRI, anything like that. Because when you go through this cancer, you're going to go through a lot of diagnostic things to find out exactly what stage you're at, how it's growing, where it's growing, and what can be done to stop it. So we stopped by Dr. Reber's, and he said, we're going to take you in and do surgery, but not now. We need to get you a little bit more stabilized. You know, at the time, I was on a PICC line. Those who are familiar with it, little thing sticks in your arm and feeds you. I was going around for a backpack on my back for around 5.5 months and lost about 44 pounds. And I was like one of the stick figures that you see in cartoons. It was really hard on my family. I can't thank them enough for all they've done to keep me alive. And my wife and my parents and my sisters are the main focal point there. They're my team. When you go into this, you need a team. I cannot even understand in my wildest dreams how any human being could go through this process alone. You can't. You feel so isolated just having cancer and then having the weird pancreatic cancer. I mean, how many people know what a pancreas is before you became involved in this? Well, I know Dr. Reber and all the other doctors and everyone, the healthcare people do, but the only time I remember it was from, like biology in high school or something like that. Not many people know about the pancreas. So I was on the PICC line and started, I won't say stabilizing, but trying to as much as I could before the surgery. Dr. Reber went in August of 2010 and did a distal pancreatectomy and took a huge margin and was very pleased with the surgery. I came out feeling pretty doggone good. The worst part after the surgery was going through morphine withdrawal. I forgot to mention that pancreatic cancer is exceptionally painful, and managing pain is something that needs to be addressed for the patient and for the family members. There's many different kinds, and you need to talk to your oncologist about that, but it's something that I needed to stay alive and just to keep going. I went cold turkey for 28 days off the morphine. That was almost as bad as the pancreatic symptoms before my cancer. But after I got off it, I was feeling pretty good. And by December of 2010, I was feeling excellent. I had a great Christmas. We thought we got all the cancer, and 2011 was going to be an outstanding year. We were looking forward to it. My family was exceptionally relieved. I got a call from Dr. Isaacoff on January 2nd, and he said, Doug, have some bad news. Your cancer is metastasized, and we need you to come in and start radiation or chemotherapy right away. So I came in and saw Dr. Isaacoff, and Dr. Isaacoff started me on a regimen of chemotherapy. The first one didn't work out so well. I was so sick I could not even climb out of bed. Tried another one. That didn't work out so well. The third one seemed to work okay. I seemed to tolerate it okay, and stayed on it for quite a while. I ended up doing, I think, 47 rounds of chemo on it, and that's for approximately 10 to 14 days on it. It seemed to hold the cancer off and start shrinking. My tumors that are inoperable around the pancreatic duct in those areas are around the size of golf balls. I have 3 of them. And they started shrinking a little bit. And cancer did spread to other areas, my peritoneum, and it spread to my liver. Last year, we stopped fighting the pancreatic cancer and went to Dr. Gomes here at UCLA and started fighting the liver cancer. We went in and did the radioembolization process, which I highly recommend. And right now I have just a small amount of cancer in my liver left, and at the point right now, Dr. Gomes doesn't even have me on any medication for it, and we'll probably knock it out with some radioembolization at the end of this year. In 2 weeks, I start up on chemo again. I have to emphasize many things that were spoken about by the doctors before. Nutrition, exercise, stay active, stay with as many people as you can. You feel isolated and you feel horrible, but being around family, being around friends, being around loved ones, I mean, that picks you up. I have the worst trouble eating. That's my deal. I have no appetite. I don't feel like eating much of the time. The only way I get food down sometimes is by my wife shaking her fist at me saying, "You're not going to do any fun things today unless you get your food down." And fun things are what I like. I love to go fishing, and during this process I started a little deal called Fishing for a Cure, and it's like a little sub thing with the Hirschberg Foundation, and we do some fishing events and stuff like that and have a lot of fun, and we try to make a positive experience out of, having cancer and having to go through the pain and go through the weight loss and go through, the ups and downs. That's another characteristic in this disease. You go through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of them. My wife always tells me, you're on a wave. You're going to ride the wave, and you'll be okay after you ride the wave. But you're on the wave now, and you're feeling bad. You're hurting real bad. The wave always ends up finishing. I always end up making it through. A higher power? Absolutely. Without having my church and a number of folks in the church to keep me focused on prayer and especially meditation, I found meditation exceptionally powerful for me. I would meditate in the late evenings, in the middle of the nights when no one else is up, when we were up, either sick or feeling horrible or wondering what's going to happen next. Yeah, it's certainly a journey. I'm grateful that I have so many incredible people here to help me, the Hirschberg Foundation. Without them giving me the extra incentive to really get out there and try and let people know you can live a decent life with pancreatic cancer. It's not your death sentence right now. That's what I thought it was when I first got diagnosed. I thought I was going to die. They give you a number. Everybody likes numbers, right? It's easy to figure out. Don't believe numbers. Believe in yourself. Believe in your doctors. Believe in God. Believe in your higher power. Love your family. Live every day to the fullest that you possibly can. Do some volunteer work with kids. That really feels good. I just want to thank everyone for coming here today and being part of this and giving our group of survivors so far an empowering feeling to share what we know and share our feelings, and it's just a very special feeling to be here. And I just want to thank everybody. I want to especially thank my doctors, Dr. Reber, of course, Dr. Isaacoff, Aggie Hirschberg and the Hirschberg Foundation, and all of the people of the Hirschberg Foundation who volunteer and do so much to, make us survivors and the people who are fighting, kind of feel special. And, when we do the LA Cancer Challenge, you feel like a rock star when you're there. Aggie brings you up on stage, and, there's not that many of us, and everyone's cheering and going crazy. And, it's something that I really never experienced before. So, I'm making the best out of it. Thank you very much.